All right, so we have all that data digitized in right now. As you can see over here, we have all the information. We have the depth and the gamma, which was specified right here whenever we created the chart. If you did not like that, you can change that whenever we export the information. Now, something that I'd like to show is this is customizable. So say that you do not like the red dots. Well, that's what this marker right here is for, that colors palette. You can change these to whatever color you like. So I'm going to change this to orchid. And this is the line. So you can change the lines to whatever you want. So I'm going to change that to, is that a coral? Let's see, light pink. Okay, close enough. Or we can even do bright red. That's fine too. The next thing that we would like to do is add in tops. Now, in some cases, tops will not be necessary for some graphs. For type logs, for example, a top is very necessary. So, for instance, this right here, let's just say that this area right here is a top. And what that means is it's a separator point for the data. So I'm going to go right in here. I'm going to go to Add Top, which is that button right there. And I'm going to change the color. So I'm going to change this to a gold so we can see it better. And I'm going to go right here to Add Top. Now you can have a top name. You can change that to whatever you want. I'm just going to leave it at the default, which is top 0. And I'm going to go down here. I'm going to select a point to add a top. And as you can see, we just added a top. Scroll over here. We can go up and we can see that the top was added. Its name is top name 0. And the depth is right there. If we want to add another top, we can. We can use the same color, or we can select a totally different color and just click a point to add. And as you can see, the name has changed to top name 1, and we now have 2 tops available. If you'd like to move these tops, you just select the Move Top option, and you can click on the point right underneath the label, and you can drag the top anywhere that you want to put it. You can also change the colors of the top by going down here to the top color editor. Just select the top color that you want, change it to black, and we can go down here to top color editor, have that highlighted, have that button selected, sorry, and then you can click on the same data point that you moved the top with. And as you can see, the top has now changed. So we just added the tops in, and we are ready to export. This program, though at the current state of this beta, it does not integrate with RigSteer, our geosteering software. However, it will integrate with RigSteer. So the reason why you have the tops being a certain color and also the top depths on there is because whenever you directly correlate this exported document into RigSteer, it will automatically have the tops on there for you. So you don't have to specify the tops in the type log. So let's go ahead and we're going to go to export. Well, we cannot actually export or save the images right now, sorry, the project right now, because we do not have a registered version. So you can see that we have the option to export as a project, export as a XLSX, which is actually an Excel document, or a CSV, which is a data table. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to export to Excel to show you this. And what this is a graph field editor. So you can actually go in here and you can select the different information about the graph. Right now we have the preset basic graph information. So you have the graph chart information. You have the graph data production date, which is right here, selected. The data type, well name, API number, release number. You have all these different things that you can select. So we have the personal graphing. So this is just graphing for yourself, you know, graph name, origin, production date, so on. You can go down here to the professional options, which will give you the your chart was digitized by company, your website, your division, things like that. And you can just go in here and you can add these in as needed. So just type in the API number. You can type in the lease number too if you want. It doesn't matter. All these things are completely customizable fields, and you'll be able to change these later if you need to. So I'm going to go ahead and export to Excel, and since we do not have a registered version, let me go ahead and save this in here. Test graphs, and save this as a test. Close out of these. Alright, it says with this little window, saving is disabled in the trial version of Log Evolve. So, like I just said, you can export it into Excel, but you can't save it. So, as you can see, all our data is exported just fine. You see that we have all the information right there, all the data. We have the images, so you have the graph image, you have the image that you traced from, and you also have your original, all right there in the Excel document, as well as the tops. On the sheet 2, you can see that you have all of your information as well. Now, as you can see, I am clicking on these right now, but you cannot select any of these. The reason why is because you have the trial version. So I'm going to go ahead and close out of this. And I'm going to go ahead and activate it. So if we want to go activate our program, if you've already purchased a license, you can go to About and Registration and go to Get License. I have already purchased my key, so I'm going to go ahead and activate online. So I'm going to click that. And as you can see, we now have an infinitive version. So we have unlimited days remaining. We actually have, looks like 900 years, something like that. Okay, so we're going to go up here. We're going to go to Save As, and I'm going to save as the Excel document again. So we see that we have saved all of our information. And I'm going to go ahead and export to Excel. So I'm going to save this as a test save. I'm going to name it Excel because we're actually going to save quite a few. So test save Excel and save that. And now, as you can see, you have an editable field. So you can actually select all these, copy them, paste them wherever you want, or you can just save this and export it, email it to whoever you want to email this to. It has all of your well information. They're saved as images on here, so you can actually move these around if you need to, reorganize these, change the names around, and all your information is right here. So I'm going to close out of this, and I'm going to show you the other options. So we can go to File, Save As, and a CSV file. I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to save this as a test CSV. And what that is basically a database, like I already mentioned. So I'm going to, let's see here, go into my graphs, test graphs, and test CSV. Same information right here, except you do not have the extended well information like the company information and things like that. This is just a database table. It doesn't necessarily have to open in Excel. You could actually open this in a text editor if you want. So we'll go ahead and open this in Notepad. And as you can see, we have a delimited survey file. So you can actually import these wherever you want to import them. Okay, well, close out of that. Now, the next thing that we have is a project file, and that will save the current project. So I'm going to save this as test project save. And it's already saved. So we can go back here and we can see that it has saved our test project as a zip file, and it has all of our information that we've previously had in there inside of the zip file. So I'll just go ahead and open that and show you. It has the back image, the original image, the chart settings, the log settings, and it has the project CSV file in there as well as the regular settings. So all that, a well file, total size is 150 kilobytes. So if we close this out and open it back up, you'll see that we'll have the same graph available. Now, I actually don't want to do that right now. I just want to close my project, and I'm going to show you another graph that we can use. So I'm going to go to File and Open, and I'm going to go to Image, and I'm going to select this graph right here, which is a horizontal, horizontal log. So I'm going to go here now, and I'm seeing that right now the y-axis is not reversed. So I'm going to deselect that. The x-axis is also not reversed, and the vertical points, it's actually horizontal points. So I'm going to change that to horizontal. Now I can go ahead and zoom in on this. I don't think we need to make any photo edits, so I'm not going to worry about that. And I'm going to go ahead and line up my log. So I'm going to select this area right up here. Stretch this out. See, sometimes the graph stretches a little, so you just need to work with it. Go ahead and stretch this down. All right, and that is pretty close there, so I'm going to stretch this back over here. All right, now, so we have our graph lined up, and I'm going to go ahead and lock the image again. Now, we do have, actually, no, I first need to set these up. So I have the image locked right now, and I'm going to go ahead and set the minimum X, which the minimum X will be, I'm just going to put that at 1. And then the maximum X, let's see, it goes through December, so I'm going to put that at 12. All right, and as you can see, that's already lined up pretty well. So you got January is the first month, March is the third month, July is the seventh month, September is the ninth, and November is the 11th. So we still have that lining up very well. The minimum Y, which is 1.5, and the maximum Y, which is going to be 2.1. And as you can see, 1.86 for that, 1.98 for that, 1.74. So everything is lining up fine. Now we can change these from a line to a bubble or a fast line, whatever you like. Line is the default, so I'm going to go ahead and leave it at that. And I'm going to go start adding my points in. So I'm going to select my pen tool. And I'm just going to click to add my points. So I'm going to click the first point, which is right here. Second point. Third point. Fourth point. Fifth. Sixth. Seventh. Going to go on through here like so. And as you can see, the last month was actually 1.89. So December is 1.89. November is 2. Yeah, that seems about right. And let's go down here to January, which is the first one, and that is 1.59. So that actually seems right too. So right here, we have just converted our data. Now, if you may notice right over here, every time I mouse over a point, it goes directly to that data point. And the reason why is because I have the auto locate turned on. So I'm going to go to Save As, and I'm going to save it as an Excel document. You notice it's still saved all of our information, and we can change that if we needed to, and we can export to Excel. Test Excel 2. So I'm going to save that, and as you can see, we have our information again. We have our line graph, we have our original graph, and we have the graph that we zoomed in and we transposed over top. So we have all of our data and all of our information right there. The possibility for graph conversion in this software is limitless. If you have a graph that you need converted over, or a scatter plot, for example, you can. All you need to do is change the line types and you have a scatter chart. You have just a line graph, you have fast points, which is the same thing as a bubble except more points. A spline, which will automatically curve the lines for you if you need to do that. Or a fast step line, which will just make a staircase for you. If you have multiple different types of graphs, it is very easy to get the data back from it with this software. So, if you're interested in this, free trial is available on our website, which is greattechnical.com. You just go to the software tab and log evolve. It is currently not available right now, but it will be soon, as you can see. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment, send us an email, or go to our tech support. Thank you very much for watching.